Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Thoughtful Thursdays. We have absolutely an amazing show for you today. And so, but to start off with, I'm Barbara Ellison. I'm the founder of the Wellness Playroom, because wellness is about so much more than just not being sick. It's about being your best ever version of yourself and having the physical and mental fitness to live the rest of your life as the best of your life. So, and I love the fact that my good friend and buddy and soon to be road trip partner, Henderson.
Well, and I'm Carol Henderson, and I have Life by Design. And my goal in life is to teach you that you can design your life the way you want it. You hear me all the time on these shows saying you can spiral up or you can spiral down. It's all by the words of your mouth. And, it's not a hard thing to do, but it's something you have to remember to do on a regular basis. So the goal is to make the second half of your life better than the first. And I have met the most wonderful person this last couple of weeks, and his name is Nathaniel, and he lives in Asheville. And it's a beautiful place. Absolutely love that town. And he has so many interesting things, and I'm going to let him introduce himself and tell you about what he does, just a little, how he got here, what happened. And so, Nathaniel, take it away.
Oh, it is. I just want to say what an honor it is to be with you, with both of you, or you exude vibrancy and life, and that is incredible. And especially teaching people how to age well and how they can do it without so much hardship. And it doesn't have to be, like you said, the rest is the best. I
notice he's young and he didn't say because you're old. I was waiting for that to pop out of his mouth.
No, what do you? No, I only hope that I ages gracefully as you both exude. But speaking of that, like, we share a passion, all of us. It's very clear, and we share that passion is life in its fullest, and to be the fullest expression of what you're capable of, human potential, and ultimately that comes down to love. But anyways, my name is Nathaniel Woods, like the forest, and I help mission-driven, heart-centered women entrepreneurs and a few brave men here and there really step their game up in business, but specifically through their health and unlocking the inner game, so that they can really have the big business growth that they want and live an unlimited free lifestyle. Ultimately, that sounds all nice, but how do you do that? Well, I help them overcome chronic health issues that might be in the way. So crazy hormones, cysts, tumors, fibroids, things that might become cancer, wanting to prevent or reverse that. That's on the chronic side of things, but sometimes it's just procrastination. Sometimes it's a past experience or trauma that is keeping somebody in either an income bracket or from stepping into their fullest power, starting that business, or taking their business to a whole nother level from, just impacting, let's say, hundreds of people to maybe thousands, or maybe even tens or hundreds of thousands of people. So my specialty, well, hold on, before I get there, I want to tell you just a little bit about how I got here, because I'm like, you're looking at me, I'm like, this guy looks like he's 12. Like, like, I understand. So let me tell you a little backstory. When I was born, I could not breathe.
Oh.
In the third trimester of my mom, when I was in her belly, 1 month before I was born, my mom got in a car accident and totaled her car. She was driving a 69 Mustang and driving down the highway and flipped this car and was ejected out of the car completely. She landed out away from the car. She was wearing her seatbelt, which is the craziest part. It came undone. And still to this day, she says, I'll never wear a seatbelt. But anyways, she did not get hurt. She got one scratch. And to that day, I believed that I was here for a purpose. I have a mission and I have a reason to be here. And I also believe in angels, and I was protected. I believe that I had protection and ensuring that I was going to live. So that led to the first 11 days of my life. I could not be touched. And this is, a lot of people have a normal birth. You get touched by your mom, and that's the most important connection, because you've been inside her womb for 9 months, in pure darkness, in the warmth of the heartbeat. It's in this warm, beautiful place. And I get out and I'm in an incubator for 11 days. I don't get that luxury. And that also meant I didn't get breastfed. Being low birth weight. And I actually forgot to mention this. My mom, back then, smoking was okay to do during pregnancy. So that directly correlated to a low birth, 6 pounds, 1 ounce, little old me. And I couldn't breathe because I had inhaled my own bowel movement. They call them meconium aspirate syndrome. Long story short, that led to 10 to 15 years of chronic illness. I had asthma, I had anemia, I had diverticulitis, irritable bowel syndrome, chronic constipation. I had a slew of things that the doctor said, that diagnosed me with, and said, this can't be, there's nothing we can do for you. You just got to take this inhaler and use this, what would they call it? The respirator, the nebulizer machine. And that's all you can do. That's it. And being the curious, interested, fun, pushing the limits young man that I was, I said, okay, thank you. I'm going to go find someone who's going to tell me a different story. So I did. I took my health into my own hands, and I started researching everything I could. I went to college and I learned how to learn, and then I stopped really caring about college and I learned about health. And so I sought out masters and I apprenticed with them for years, multiple different masters, and taught me multiple things like iridology, how to read the health of every organ and gland in the eyes, how to read the face, every part of the face correlated to an organ or gland, how to read the teeth, which each and every tooth, the shape of it, the color of it, the arrangement of it, all tell me exactly what's going on inside the body. I can tell if the hips are out, if the one leg's longer than the other, if the back has got problems, all just by looking at the teeth. It's amazing. And if you believe that there's a divine reason that we're created, like I do, that it's all by design. There's a reason, and you're just uncovering the maps, and we're learning about that. So it's like studying the nature of who we really are. How were we made? Studying the nature of our maker in a way. Anyways, long story short, I apprenticed, and now I help female entrepreneurs really overcome chronic health issues, pain, past, and traumas to really step up their game and be a bigger person, a bigger impact in the world. That's what I want to say.
Now y'all can see why I was so excited when I met Nathaniel, all the wonderful things he can bring to us and to our clients. I am just over the moon. We sat and chatted for close to an hour one day, just about all the different things. So go ahead, Barbara. I can see you have questions. You're muted.
Oh, muted.
I thought you were speechless, but you're muted.
Yeah.
Barbara's never speechless.
Once in a while, but not often. Yeah, no, barking dogs. The thing is that as I was listening to you, it was a little bit of hearing me, that I am open to everything. I am open to everything because I had a little bit of a similar journey. I became anemic at 12. And that a whole host of things. And then I got kicked by a horse when I was 19. Well, that gave me hip issues. And then the only thing the doctor said, well, you know what? You're going to be feeling that by the time you're in your 40s. Yeah. Well, at 39, there were days that I could hardly walk because my hips were so bad. But that's, you went on the journey, and that's all I want for people. Be open to the journey. Yes. You do not have to accept where you are right now. Mm-hmm. This is just one moment in time. If you have whatever. With me, one of my things was I was anemic and I had really low blood pressure, 88 over 58.
Did you faint every now and then?
I'm sorry, what?
Did you ever faint because of the low blood pressure?
Oh, if I stood up too fast, I'd keel over.
Yeah.
I mean, for me to stand up out of bed, I would have to sit up slowly, sit on the edge of my bed for a minute, at least a minute or so,
Mhm.
and then stand up. Bounding out of bed, no such thing. No such thing as bounding out of bed. And there were days when I literally crawled to the washroom
Wow.
because of my hips. So, but the thing is that's when I realized that there has to be a better way. So it just hearing you, it was like, that was me.
Mhm.
I just realized that there had to be a better way. And Carol can tell you the same thing. She said, I am going, it was like we were determined to find a better way.
And that's so important because people, my clients, most of them have come to me now, are people who have went through every expert and every doctor.
Yep.
And I was telling Carol this, one client who she has spent $140,000
Mm-hmm.
of her own cash, her own money, not insurance money,
Yeah.
trying to figure out what was going on.
Right.
She was a leader of a giant team in her organization. She was seen as, she was a little bit of a workaholic, but she wouldn't have admitted it then. And she was such a pivotal point or a pillar in this organization. She got sick and one day never knew why. And she left work and couldn't go back for 3 years until she started working with me just recently. And she went over 100. She told me, she said, Nathaniel, I went over 100 procedures, 100 different procedures. I've never met anybody done that many procedures. Like a lot of so they come to me, and a lot of people get to this point where they get to this wall and they almost feel hopeless. They almost feel like there's nothing left. My doctor said even when it comes down to, if you're being told you only got 6 months to live or you only got a year to live, like I invite you lovingly to question that if you're getting and get a second and third and fourth opinion and really see what alternatives you can do. Like reach out to people like Carol and Barbara and reach out to people, because there are other people who have a different set of belief systems and have experience to prove it, that there is more options. So anyways, back to this client, she was so destroyed emotionally, mentally. She's a mom of 2, had a husband. She had to quit her job. They had to let her go because she was so sick. And it was also part of her church as well. So she was part of a big church and a leader. And long story short, her whole life just got decimated by this. After 140 grand, nothing. She still didn't get any results. She sent me a picture of a giant box. There are these plastic bins. I tried to show Carol that, but it was full of prescription drugs. Like she said, this is how many drugs I have got off of just recently. And now, and since working with me in 3 months, she's already like experiencing more energy, vibrancy, more this negativity and self-doubt and being a failure. She threw it out the window because she got the help that she needed. And she said, she said, it's hard for me to say this because, I'm not a medical doctor, and I can't just legally, I want to say, I can't diagnose anything and I can't prescribe anything. But what I do is I assess and I test and I analyze. And if I analyze something, then I can make very strategic suggestions for people. But anyway, she got the more results in 3 months working with me than she did the entire 3 years at $140,000. And when I hear that, she's not the only one out there. There are so many. I bet you both have stories of people like that, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
you're Carol's husband. One of my brand new clients. He's been on our modality for a week, 10 days.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, wow. He's like just amazed.
Mm-hmm.
Because he has been on oxygen for years. He's so looking forward to getting off of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, and I said to him the other day, I said, I said, most people have forgotten or they've never known what it's like to feel good. And they go to the doctor and they have all the blood tests and all their numbers look great. All your numbers look great, but you still feel awful.
Yeah.
What difference does it make what your numbers are if you're still feeling awful?
Amen. Amen.
That's not quality of life. And like for myself, one of the things that I've been dealing with is I am a high risk of osteoporosis. I can honestly say now it's on my scale, because I have a smart scale, that my bone mass is going up. At 72 years old, my bone mass is going up. That's unheard of.
And she wasn't going to try these modalities.
And I wasn't going to try.
I got the chills when you said this. Wait, so you're saying that no, you weren't open to it originally.
Because, and you know why? Because it was just one more thing that I was going to get my hopes up about. That really, seriously, Carol, you want me to do what?
And the thing is, and that's where so many people are.
So many
is that
people
they
are.
are hopeless. In fact, 10 years ago, this month, Keith and I were at the end of our road with him. And I found some things that were a marked difference. I mean, one of those leaps. And that right there,
and sometimes it's just a leap of faith.
Yeah. You just kind of fall back and hope God catches you.
Yep.
And that's, I call it a leap of faith a lot of times, but and that's where we were. It was a leap of faith. And he said, one last time, we'll try one last thing, because he was ready to get into a wheelchair and die. In fact, he was praying to die, to be perfectly honest.
Oh, wow.
And now, yeah. And, now, I mean, out working in the yard, doing heavy lifting, so to speak, and doing all kinds of things. Yeah. And so it can happen, guys. It can happen. And that's why I wanted to bring Nathaniel before you, is because there are so many ways, there's so many methods, and
try them all.
Your method might be different, but don't quit trying. Don't quit looking, because we have modalities that will work. Right. Now, whether it's the right one for you,
keep trying.
Only you can try it and find out.
Right.
And
Absolutely.
so that, and every, God made us all unique. We all have different fingerprints. We all have different DNA. So don't quit trying. Right. Design your life the way you want it to be. And if it's not there yet, get with one of us and we will help.
I love that. Absolutely. Get with them. Get with it and get with them.
And one of the things for me,
and we can hook you up with Nathaniel. So yeah.
Exactly. And we're going to have we have to let people know how to find you. But one of the things that I think now just recently is, like, I've been in the wellness space for 30 years, but now we have the science to prove what we've been saying for 30 years.
Yeah.
We have the science now.
Yeah, I saw a meme, and I need to put it up on our page. And it was a girl in a tinfoil hat with a coffee cup that said, "I told you so."
I love those pictures.
I mean, I've got to find that meme again so I can snag it and put it up, because, people talk about conspiracy theories, but that's kind of what they've looked at nutrition being in the medical field. It's like, oh, well, you're one of them, but it works.
Yes.
God made a cure for everything on the planet, somewhere on the planet. And it wasn't, and don't get me wrong, the US has the best healthcare in the world for emergencies.
I agree.
Yes.
I mean,
but the rest of it is sick care.
Yes.
Yes, it's sick care. It's not wellness. It's a business. If they get you well, they don't have your business.
Right. Exactly.
I learned that the hard way when I was a kid, and I'm going to the doctors over and over again. Every time I have an asthma attack or checkups, and when I knew that something was wrong with the intentions of the hospital. When I walk in on the first floor, because I got to go to the second floor, and there was a giant McDonald's right there, sitting there, and they're feeding and encouraging people to eat fast food, which I've eaten it, a lot when I was a kid, and I know it doesn't make me feel great, but I still ate it because Dad ate it. Anyways, I knew there was an incentive problem. I knew that these people, and if healthy was, vibrancy, why aren't they having gardens? This is how I thought as a kid. Why do you not have a vibrant organic garden, plush, as many people eat as much food as they want? Why do they not have gyms and people, if laziness is a problem, why are there not personal trainers provided? The people go to the hospital, go work out and prevent it in the right way that they need, at the right capacity that they need, personalized, lifestyle.
You were way ahead of your time. You were,
it just doesn't make,
you were an old soul. Okay. I think we talked about that. So
yeah, we did.
Yeah, y'all watch for him on the aging experts, because we're going to do another interview with him that will go into more of what he does and how he does and how it can help you live that second half of your life better than
we might have to be several episodes.
Maybe so. Maybe he can practice on us.
Yeah.
Maybe. Would you like that? I could take a look at your iris, your own tongue, your teeth, and tell you right now what's going on.
That would be fun to do. That would be fun to do.
I'll have to have that as an episode.
That would be absolutely. I would be more than happy to. So for those, you said something really powerful, Carol. That was God made us unique. Like, we are all made unique, and each fingerprint is different. So just like that, every iris is different. Meaning, out of 7-8 billion people on the planet, there are no two irises that are the same.
Isn't he amazing?
Isn't it amazing? Like, that means every little shape, color is unique to you. And when you dive deeper into how it is that way, it actually is correlated to what's going on and the cellular constitution in your body. So certain marks and certain colors correlate to each organ and gland. And that's what I've been trained to learn to do. And that you can find out by looking at your own nature. It's like, I don't make it up. I don't say this is what's going on in your body and just as a guess, or like, well, this science book said this. No, it's like, this is what your body says to me. And I say, hey, the kidneys are feeling this way. The liver's blocked up here. The bowel's here. You're not having regular bowel movements. Like, public service announcement. If you're not having a bowel movement at least 30 minutes to an hour every time you're done eating, you might have some constipation going on. And most people don't know that. Going 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, or a week is not okay. It means something's wrong. Something needs to be looked at. Just public service announcement there. But back to being uniquely and designed and made. When you can understand how your body, what's going on by looking at the maps, I call them maps of nature, maps of your own health, you can reveal the entire story of your life. You can tell years back. So the color part of the eye is the past. The white part of the eye is called the sclera, is the what's happening in the body now. The teeth are exposed bone, meaning that you can see it. And what's going on in here is a reflection of what's going on in your bone. This is gaining bone mass. Yeah. And the face is, have you ever seen people who are just completely stressed out, tired, or haven't sleep? Oh. They got bags under their eyes.
Yeah.
One of the main reasons that is because the kidneys are needing to filter. And when they sleep, kidneys start filtering extra waste and uric acid, and it gets buildup. And so this is reflecting the kidneys right here. So anyways, I can go on and on, but
I can't wait. I can't wait.
We're going to have some shows.
Yes,
we'll do a series.
Put your questions. Yeah, put your questions in the chat. Put your questions in the chat, and we're going to say goodbye for today, because I could go on for 2 or 3 hours here, but we don't get to do that. And we don't want to keep you so long that you get, you can only absorb what your seat can endure. So we want to say goodbye to Nathaniel today and goodbye to y'all. But thank you so much for coming. Any last words, Nathaniel? We've got about 1 minute left.
Well, I want to say that if this is new information to you, it's okay to doubt and question everything. I invite you, question everything. That's the only way you'll find that's what's true for you. That's what I did. And I bet it's what both of you did as well. And being skeptical is okay, but being closed off is probably not. So be open to whatever it is for you at whatever level you're comfortable with. Take the leap of faith, and maybe that one more thing and will be the hope that you need.
Okay. Barbara, last thoughts?
Sentiments exactly, because you never know. Just be open. Yes. Open to try everything. When I look back over the years I have tried some really, I mean, there were things I tried that I had to hold my nose and chug down as a swig. It was just, they were so terrible. But I was willing to look at anything anybody told me would help.
Yes. And some of them even that are like that do help, but you
And-
know, it's
Yeah,
all,
but they
you
were
know, it only
sustainable.
works if you do it. And
If
some
you
of
do
those
it.
things are not,
They're not
lasting.
sustainable.
So yeah, not sustainable.
Sustainable.
So thank you.
Last thing
so
I have to say, thank you. Thank you so much for having me and sharing this beautiful time and introducing me, Barbara and Carol. You're really a light, and clearly you've impacted Barbara's life, and I'm sure you both are impacting a lot of people. So I just want to recognize you and say thank you.
Thank you.
You're
Thank you
welcome.
so much. We will